welcome to the Big Ten moment. Had a good start to the season, but the past couple of matches, you know, he's ran into the gauntlet that this conference is. But Remy Cotton, a guy who's been here and has had a really good season thus far.
Absolutely, and you mentioned it. I mean, Alex Smith, as a first year, getting his welcome to this exceedingly tough conference, has lost his last 2 matches by fall in under 2 minutes. So getting pinned twice in a row, and now comes back out trying to respond, and this is a tough one for him too. Cotton is ranked 5-2 in duels this year.
See Smith right away though, trying to get to his attack. We saw that on Sunday too versus Penn State. He's not afraid of anything. Tries to get to a fireman's carry, which that's a tough move here. And that this weight class is Cotton close to a takedown here, hasn't gotten the points yet.
Smith has escaped from a couple potential takedowns early, but not that time. He suffers one to Cotton early on here. Now the question is, can he avert further damage being in this tough spot?
Cotton's a cradler, so you see him try to work that knee. He's trying to get it close to the head. Tried that left side first, wasn't working.
Almost had Smith flipped over for a second. The riding time advantage going up here. Working this one near the edge of the mat. Smith could potentially use a stalemate or something of the sort here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to fight in the bottom position here. Cotton's actively trying to, you know, run something here. So, you know, when that's the case, you really gotta get, you know, it's tough. When you get flattened out at bottom, you need resets like this. And, you know, this is a blessing for Smith right here because Cotton's pretty good in the top position. He's got the size and the length over Alex Smith here, but good restart for Smith.
Still a great start here for Remy Cotton, the Michigan native. Alex Smith looking to get aggressive here, and he does. Might be an opportunity to score.
Loses some real estate at the edge of the mat. But like we said, that restart, so important, getting up early. Not afraid to take some shots. I like what I see from Alex Smith so far.
He did earn a point early, so still trailing, but trying to fight from that neutral position this time. Takedown attempt from Cotton. Smith able to stay on top here.
Yeah, but Cotton's got good control of that leg. He's been doing a good job of trying to control that wrist somewhat.
1 minute remaining.
And you get a stalemate right there. Good attack from Cotton. Good defense from Alex Smith.
Under a minute to go here in the first period, match number 3 in this duel between the Scarlet Knights and the Wildcats. All square at 4. You had the early upset win of Eddie Enright taking down Lenny Pinto early on.
Good ankle pick attempt right there. Alex Smith gets the stalling. Coach Storniolo doesn't like it. I don't think I really like it either. I think Alex Smith has been the aggressor. I'm going to have to agree with Coach Storniolo on this one. I don't like that stall call whatsoever.
Matt Storniolo unafraid to give some words to the official after that one. That one gets driven near the edge of the mat, but ultimately there, a point awarded for Cotton.
And Coach Storniolo is fired up right here. I think that stall call right there was the right move. When a wrestler backs up to go to the edge of the mat, you know, you're trying to get off the mat. You don't like where you're at. The first one I don't like. So, you know, that resulted in a point for Cotton. And it puts you in a tough spot. But Coach Storniolo having a conversation right now, and I think one that's warranted. He wants an explanation.
Not a lot of stalling early on, but making an impact early in the first of this one. We get another look.
So this one, I think, is a good stall call because, you know, when you technically flee the mat, that is in the rules. That is a rule. You know, the rest of stall calls are usually a judgment call by the referee. You know, that's the thing about, you know, the stall call is, you know, most of the time it is a judgment call. When it's in the rules, like we just saw right there, that's when it becomes warranted, but not a fan of the first one.
Alex Smith needs to last about 2 more seconds to avoid a takedown, and he does not.
Man, just a tough 45 seconds there from Alex Smith. You know, he's wrestled tough in this match, and I just had to wait a couple seconds there, but credit to Remy Cotton right there. That was a good takedown and way to finish with short time. He's looked good. Alex Smith came right away with some firepower, but Remy Cotton, I liked how he set up his attacks too. Similar to a boxer, you see him, working those ties, taking those, changing level. Been impressed with him as well.
This time Smith looking to establish strength from top position here. Cotton able to get back up standing. And another point from that escape.
And Cotton's really controlling this tie right here. You can see him move Smith to where he wants him to go. Good change. That was impressive. Brought him right back and able to get the attack going. And, he's in major decision territory. If he gets a couple more, he's looking at a technical fall.
That was a great sprawl there from Cotton and just able to come back and immediately get the takedown. And now firmly in control. And Alex Smith, who has faced his fair share of ranked wrestlers and had his fair share of tough matches, trying to prevent that here.
Yeah, and Cotton's trying to go to work in the top position. We've seen him do it on his feet, but when you got 3 minutes of wrestling left, see what you can do in the top position. He's trying to run it right here. He's got a little bit of position, but he might lose some real estate. He does a good job of switching his position, but Smith, that's uncomfortable where your shoulder's at. Loses it.
And Smith clearly dealing with some fatigue as well, something he'll have to keep an eye on in terms of avoiding a stall of his own. This time he picks up a much-needed point.
Yeah, and it's tough getting ridden out for a minute and a half, and let alone in all the scrambles that's happened in this match. See if he can still push the pace like we saw in that first period.
Takedown attempt from Smith. This one is foiled again.
Close to 3 points, and he gets it. He went to attack, but the problem is when you go to an attack when you're tired or you don't give it at all, it's pretty easy for, once you get good defense there from Cotton, it's pretty easy to secure that takedown.
Alex Smith will seek to avoid that tech fall here with these final 2 minutes upcoming. But Remy Cotton in a really good position. It seems like every time Smith has been the aggressor, Cotton's responded just in a flash.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a great way of, putting this match in perspective. Smith came out as the aggressor and looked really good at some parts of this match, but Cotton showing why he's ranked so highly this season.
Smith gets another escape there, but ultimately, it's the question, Hayden. In these matches against ranked wrestlers, when you're starting off as a first year, really trying to find your footing, how do you gain valuable experience even being down in these?
You got to learn from your mistakes, and, we saw some of the attacks that he's taken tonight, and he's had some good attacks, and, he gets put to his back right there. That's probably going to end this match. He doesn't get the pin. He should get a couple of near-fall points. Doesn't look like he's gotten any yet, actually.
Official hasn't started counting yet.
Gets the pin.
And that will do it. Third straight pin against Alex Smith. And for Remy Cotton, he improves to 6-2 in duels this season, taking care of business and putting Rutgers up 10-4.
Taking care of